What's up, Meta Nerds? This video is all about Xendor, the man considered to be the first Dark Jedi. Xendor was raised in the Kashimur dynasty, a remote human civilization that developed in the Outer Rim. Their monarchs would receive advice from the Guardians of the Breath, a sort of priestly class that would observe what they called the Breath, a mysterious aspect of reality that provided them powers to manipulate their surroundings and even have visions of the future. The Guardians also knew that there was a darker aspect of the Breath that could lead one to evil, and when they found out that Xendor had embraced this side, they had him exiled. On his way out, Xendor stole a talisman that was cherished by the Kashimur dynasty, an item that was incredibly strong in the Force. He sought out refuge with the relatively new Jedi Order, which had set up a community on the planet Ossus. He trained alongside other Jedi who had come from all kinds of different Force-observing traditions, and he eventually became a Jedi Knight. Xendor noticed that throughout the years, the Jedi Council had started to limit the study of other Force traditions, and that the study of Bogan, or the dark side of the Force, had been strictly forbidden. This differed greatly from the Order's Bendu and Jedi roots, and Xendor started to look for ways to work around the orders of the High Council. Around this same time, he had fallen in love with another Jedi named Arden Lin, who was originally a Steel Hand of Palawa. Her group developed the martial art of Taras Kasi, and she too had grown frustrated with the strict Jedi High Council. Xendor knew that he could no longer live in this oppressive academy, and asked the Jedi Council for their blessing in starting another Jedi Academy that would be far away from Ossus, but which would look into the study of the Bogan, as well as other Force traditions. This horrified the Council, and his request was quickly shot down. Xendor knew that his time as a Jedi Knight was over, and headed to the planet Leto to start his own academy. His lover Arden Lin came with him, and they quickly drew an enormous following due to their openness to the various ways that the Force was observed around the galaxy. As their numbers grew, they began to refer to themselves as the Legions of Leto, a martial title because he knew that one day the Jedi would come and try and stop him. Then, while Xendor was traveling, he ended up on a mysterious planet that was inhabited by 3 Force beings. He recalled this story to Arden Lin, saying that there was a daughter that was the embodiment of light, a son who was the embodiment of dark, and a father who Xendor said might have embodied the Force itself. Arden wanted to know what deep truth he had learned by this Force trio, but he laughed this idea off and said that they were just another expression of the Force, similar to the different sects that now made up his legions. Sometime around the year 24,500 BBY, Xendor took the title of General, as the Jedi High Council declared war on what they saw to be a dangerous perversion of a Jedi Academy. Xendor decided that he should bring the war to Ossus as a way to contain the Jedi forces, but the High Council deployed Jedi in a way that met the Legion of Leto on too many fronts. As the Dark Jedi forces had to retreat, the Jedi routed them towards the more populated core worlds, and warned the Galactic Republic that Xendor was an invading warlord. These forces met on many different worlds, and the final battle occurred on the planet Columbus. Using an ability known as Force Meld, the Jedi were able to separate Xendor from his troops, creating an opportunity between him and the leader of the Jedi. Pina, also known as the Green Blade, was able to defeat Xendor in hand-to-hand combat. This whole military event was known as the First Great Schism, with the Second Great Schism occurring when Ajunta Pall left to perform alchemy, and who would become the first Dark Lord of the Sith. What was remaining of the legions was now led by his lover Arden Lin, who used the Kashimur talisman to kill this leader of the Jedi, though the very last move from Pina was to drain her enemy and slow Lin's metabolism to the point that she seemed dead. Through this and the power of the talisman, her body was later discovered by Palpatine's Inquisitors, and she would become one of the Emperor's hands. Lin joined because Palpatine said that he could bring Xendor's soul back from Chaos, a place known in other traditions as Hell. When she realized that Palpatine had no intentions on bringing her lover back, she tried to overthrow him, but when this coup failed, she was later killed by Palpatine. The lasting legacy of Xendor was that his name and great works were reduced to a curse word, one Han Solo would often use when he called people a dirty minion of Xendor. So that's it for the first Dark Jedi, but you definitely want to hear these cool facts and behind the scenes stuff. The name Xendor is first introduced via the book Paradise Snare, where it was a curse word, and this was continued in the Hutt Gambit and Rebel Dawn, but would later receive more and more backstory with the most coming from the Book of the Sith. So that's it for Xendor, the first Dark Jedi. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to check out our social media, or ways that you can help support this channel, be sure to check out the description down below. If you want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications. But more important than all that, remember, if you're gonna quit school, do it big like Xendor, and the Force will be with you, always.